softly through a meadow, laughing like a baby breeze, tapping lightly at the treetops, whispering among the leaves. You hear the magic song that ancient poets sing. Yeah, it's sweet as morning dew and sounds a lot like springtime. When you close your eyes, you feel your heart go there.
We're down here on 15th and South Street, and this is the Inside Social Show. We're about to get an exclusive interview with one of the longest standing business owners on South Street, who goes by the name of Ms Jessie. We're going to do an interview inside of her boutique on 15th and South.
Yes, and we're here today to show you that there are people making history every single day.
Boom.
Close your eyes and remember your first love.
Good afternoon, Ms Jessie.
Good afternoon.
I want to thank you for joining us on the Inside Social Show, and I want to also thank you for welcoming us into your establishment and conducting this interview. Could you tell?
I want to thank you guys for thinking that I'm worthy of being part of your program.
Can you tell the people the name of your shop and where it's located?
The name of my shop is Jessie's Herbal Essence and Boutique, and I've been here 42 years, which next month will be 43 years, in the same spot. Many people said that I couldn't make it. I'll be here. They gave me 3 months, and now it's 43 years, and I'm still standing. So in order to keep us going and showing our people that we can make jobs for ourselves, we do have an opportunity to make jobs for ourselves. We don't have to wait for somebody to give us a job. And that's encouraging to me, because these little things, socks, stockings, hats, anything you can take and start selling to other people. And that's the way we're going in this country. That you have to have something that you can sell to someone else who needs it, where there's a need. So I enjoy every minute of my work. Except paying the bills.
I knew that's
Except paying the bills.
It is
but I love making women beautiful, especially for their special occasions. And we have quite a few customers over the years. One lady came the other day, and she didn't see the clothing in the shop, and she walked up the street and she said, "What happened to the lady with the dresses?" And she came back and got herself a dress for a wedding. So we can do anything that anyone else can do. And remember, us as black people, we're always traders. We always traded with each other, and still do. Your African people that come, they're ready to trade with you. And somehow we lost that, because someone says that you should go to school and you should get a J.O.B. But a J.O.B. stands for just over broke. And then your future is in someone else's hands. They can walk in one morning and say to you, "Jessie, we're not going to have you here anymore." I mean, they don't give warnings anymore today. And I especially like to encourage the young people, because I have a great-granddaughter here, and she's been on my register since she was about 2, maybe, yeah. She said to me one day, "Did you make a sale?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Where's the money?" I said, "It's in the register." She said, "No, you give me the money. I put it in the register." So that's given her some hope that she don't have to wait for somebody else to give her a job. And that's the way it is today. It's not like it used to be when I was growing up. You could get jobs, washing dishes, taking care of people's houses, taking care of people's children. I mean, I'm not saying that that is still not around, but I'm saying that we don't have to wait for somebody else to plan our future.
Initiative.
That's right. That's right. So I'm here, 43 years. I've been president of South Street West Business Association for 12 years. In December, I stepped down. We got streetscape lights, and we got new pavements, we got new trees. That was my first project. And I'm happy to see that now people are walking on South Street. When we had the Cobra lights, but now we have pedestrian lights. That is friendly lights. People don't walk where it's dark. And that had been that way for a long time.
I do.
Yeah, so I try to encourage my people to come to the meetings, find out what's going on around you. You know, don't leave it to somebody else. Because when other people come in, they come in to take control, and they do take control. So we should have some say in where we are, even if you're renting. You don't have to be a buyer. You can be a renter, but you still have to know what's going on around you. Because those people that come in, the people that are coming in now, they are controlling the area. So I encourage people to think about going in business for yourself. No matter how small you think it may be, no business started big. Most of them started small. Maybe in your house, maybe out your car. Watermakers was a vendor. John Watermakers, he started out as a vendor, taking his things out selling. And look at the, well, they don't call it Watermakers anymore, they call it Macy's. But look how big it is now. And Macy's is all over. So no idea is too small, because you never know where God is leading you.
Let me ask you a question, Ms. Jessie. What do you think your recipe for longevity has been, or what is a recipe for longevity as far as pursuing your own business?
Liking what I do and being consistent. That's important. A lot of times we have businesses, but we don't keep our hours. People come and you're not there. Remember, you become a servant for the public. If you said you're going to be there from 1 to 3, you need to be there from 1 to 3. Because they will say right away, oh, they're not open. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we be committed and do the things that we say that we're going to do. Just working. I used to get home 2 o'clock in the morning here when I first opened, because I was 125 pounds. I lost the 25 running around and you know, trying to pull things together, because I had been a salesperson for 17 years, but I had no knowledge of the administrative work and how that was done. So I had to find all that out myself.
And acquire the knowledge.
Yes, I had to find it out myself by running from place to place. And let me tell you, some of the people that were the most affluent people are the ones that saw my sincerity, and they started to offer me a little credit. You know, but you gotta make sure that you're sincere. I mean, I'm in it. I borrowed $8,000 from my house, and I had never borrowed that kind of money before, other than the house. And that had to be paid back. And I'm telling you, my people were very, very committed to supporting them. I didn't have that problem. Like I say sometimes that we don't support each other. They supported me. So nobody does anything alone. Somebody has to help you. And my family wasn't really interested. My daughter came in for a while. But there was other people that were family that wasn't blood family. You know, that could see the vision. They wanted it to happen, and they came and they helped. So I just thank God for being here.
I thank you for being here too, Ms. Jessie.
3 months.
3 months
is a lot of difference from 43 years.
Absolutely, absolutely. This disproved the naysayers, dispelled their notions that you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's commendable within itself, because we are at the Anti-Social Show. We're embarking on our business, and we look at you as a role model. We look at you for guidance, inspiration, and proof that if you do stay the course, and what was that word you said? Stay consistent. You
have to be consistent. You have to be committed to what you're doing.
Great things to be accomplished. This is a lot of knowledge being dropped right here on y'all. You know, I hope somebody takes the time to realize that this is wisdom speaking. You know, if wisdom could speak, this would be it. I also noticed that there's a mural across the street.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of insight about the mural?
Well, there are entertainers on the wall. You have Billy Paul, you have Bessie White, I think it's Bessie Smith.
Okay.
You have Pearl Bailey. They were all musicians, or well, you're a singer, you're still in the music field. And the Royal Theater was built for black people in 1912 when black people could not go to the theater and sit anywhere. You had to sit in a special place. I can remember as a little girl, my sister took us to the movies, and I wanted to sit down front. And she said, no, you can't sit down front. I said, why? I didn't understand that. Because they had a certain place for black people. So this theater was built so that black people could come to the movies and they could sit any place they wanted to. And 1912. It closed with the drugs and the change in the area. But it's the only black theater that's still standing in the city of Philadelphia. People came there and got discovered because they didn't have any other way of exposing their talents. And that's why you see the musicians there, just some of them. Now Kenny Gamble owns it now, and you know, he's the guru for music in this town and all over. And I think what he plans to do is, and in fact I know what he plans to do is to keep the history going.
Absolutely.
Some way. And I'm hoping that will come soon. Right now we're going through this financial dilemma, and most of your programs has been cut out because that's art. They've even taken a lot of the art out of schools. Yeah, so I know that he will develop it when the time is right. Yeah. So I'm on there because I sing, but I sing for the Lord. I sing in church, but because I'm the president of South Street West Business Association for so long, so it was recommended that my picture go on the wall. Now the man behind me, he plays a trumpet. He played a trumpet, but at the time he was 89 years old and still working up the street on South Street. Every Friday and Saturday he played with the band. And right after the mirror was built, then he passed away. And that's why he's there. Yeah. Everybody else is famous.
You never know what's going on right underneath
Right.
us. We walk past it so often and drive past it so often without taking the time to recognize and realize, or even do the research to find out what it is that we're walking past.
It's amazing.
In this city.
How many people of color don't know about the Royal Theater? It's just amazing.
And I was one of them.
Yeah, well, you're young, but there's people that walk by here that still don't know what the Royal Theater is, and they're not so young. You know what I'm
Hopefully a
saying?
few more people will know based on this interview.
I'm hoping that
praying.
that it will be exposed to our young people, because they need to know. They need to. I take pride in that.
Absolutely.
That it's a black theater. It was a black theater. I take pride in that. And just maybe sometimes you don't accomplish, but sometimes you can take pride of what other people are doing, and it's an incentive for you. We have Brandywine here, which is done by black men, and it's awesome what he is doing here.
Okay.
And we have the Clef Club. Yeah, we have the Clef Club at Broad and Fitchwater. We have Marian Anderson's house, which is a museum, you know, now. We have a Marian Anderson, what do you call it, a recreation center. We have First African Baptist Church at 16th. There's a lot of history here, and surely we don't want it to just disappear.
Or
You know.
or die in vain.
Right. We want people to know that maybe another 100 years that what was contributed as black people. I have a book that someone gave me. I don't know what happened to him, but he gave it to me, and it told you all about this area and how blacks even had fur. There were furriers here, tailors, shops, and somehow it got away from us. Most of it. We have beauty shops.
Big business.
Now. Yeah.
Bought us out, and we didn't know how to. I'm guessing,
Right.
you know, that we didn't take pride and didn't realize what we had,
Yeah.
and we let it
What we could preserve.
taken away from us.
Right. Yo, listen, nobody wants it. Somebody else comes along and say, I want it.
One person's
It's
trash.
good for me.
One person's trash, always.
Yeah.
Another person's trash.
Now they're building a lot of condominiums. I guess you saw that.
Oh, absolutely.
You have the Symphony House now that starts at $600,000 and go up to $2 million. The other night we were at a meeting at 17th and South. There's a building being built with 9 units in it. There's another one across the street. They're going to do 6 units in it with commercial on the first floor. So people need places to live. So if it's there and someone comes along with the money, then they make more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It takes money to make money.
That's right. They make
always
more
takes money to make money.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of the education should come from the churches or the places where people worship, because the public school system is not going to do it, and they can't do it because they don't know. They don't know how to give us our history, our background. It has to come from us. Yeah, it has to come from us.
I know there's some bright spots in the youth today, mixed in with some not so bright spots as well. But what differences, if any, do you see between now and then, as far as the youth is concerned, and where the ambitions lie with young people?
I see a lot of young people, and of course I can't speak of all, that think somehow that they don't have to work for things they earn. They have an entitlement. I see that in my own family. But in our days, we always was trying to come up with something that we could do and not feel that the family had to do it for us. So that's the difference. I think the kids have too much. I think so much is coming at them. You know, they have the internet, they have the TVs, they have, and I always call the TV the television. And
the
television.
You call the TV one more time.
Television.
Television.
The television, because you pay to bring in bad. There's good things, but there's also bad things that children shouldn't be exposed to.
You just got to know how to cipher through it.
And somebody in the household has got to say, no, that is not what you do.
Right.
You don't go that way. But and I think that's been lost. And then we have a lot of children that don't have fathers, and of course that's always been. But it seemed to be more prevalent today. I don't understand.
Right.
You know,
family structure.
Yeah, you have a child and you don't know who the father is. How come? I said, well, how come? You know, and the children are the ones that suffer.
Absolutely.
And we can see children being very angry, and it's because they don't have the balance that God gave all of us. You know, sometimes a parent is taken, but besides that, the children are the ones that suffer because they don't have the proper guidance. I mean, they're like a weed. If a weed grows up in the grass, you pull the weed out.
Right.
And the grass is more consistent, so it has more strength. You know? So I don't know what's on their minds, but you gotta have some kind of direction. And that comes from home, not from the schools. I talk to young people and they say, well, they go to school. I said, what do they go to school for? They go to school for academic reasons, not to teach them character and self-control, you know, that kind of thing. My father didn't have to beat us. We got some strappings, but it wasn't for my father. All he had to do was look at us. And I'll tell you, you set up.
Straighten up, fly right.
That's right. And we always, you know, was thinking about how we can take care of ourselves, how we can get little jobs. I started working when I was 11 years old, scrubbing white people's floors. See how bright your eyes are? Yeah. That's the difference.
That's what happens when you know, when you get something powerful in the midst of greatness. You know what I mean? I'm slightly in awe. You know, the elegance that you display, the way you carry yourself, your posture alone, you know, the grace in which you speak, and you know, it's good to see that from our people.
Don't you know that we came from kings and queens?
So I know. I feel it.
It's a fact.
I feel it. Yeah.
Everything started with us. I mean, with the color. Black. You get every color from black. But we don't know who we are. And that's why the records were hidden and destroyed. Because people don't want you to know when you have so much to offer. We're not here because we were dumb, stupid, and blind. We're here because we were intelligent, creative, and all the things that needed to be to build a country. That's why. We need to know who we are. Kings and queens. And that comes down our bloodline. Nobody can put my light out. If they try to blow it out, it'll be out for a second and it's going to come back on like those candles, you know. You have the birthday candles and you keep blowing them and they look like they go out and they come back on. Yeah, that's the way it is.
It's like playing possum.
Right. And we really, as a people, knew who we were. We would conquer this country. But we don't. Because we're going to beat down.
Not yet.
Yeah, well, there's people like you guys that's coming along behind Obama. Yeah.
Don't doubt yourselves.
No, never, never. There is something within you that you may not know, but it's being developed all the time. It's like the trees outside, the ones that don't have any leaves on them. There's something going on inside to prepare them for blossoming when the weather gets warm enough. It didn't stop, it just looked like it. But what happened, you got rid of the old and the new is being developed. Yeah.
Great analogy right there. I'm still that Ms Jessie.
Yeah.
It might be my Facebook status.
That's
true.
There's something working inside those trees.
Yeah.
And that's why you see the blossoms come. It's moving and working all the time. Taking the nourishment from the earth. You get nourishment from the earth. And you become a strong tree. When the storm comes, you may bend, but you yeah, you get back up. You heard that song, we fall down, but we get up.
One of my favorites. For a saint,
Amen.
sets the sinner, we fell down.
Yeah.
Then got up.
Yeah. Yeah, we have great leaders, and great leaders have gone on, but great leaders are being prepared. Being prepared. And this is what you gotta do. Being prepared. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw you run for president one day.
President is something.
Well,
president is something.
Yes, yes.
Politics is a whole other can of worms.
I know that's right.
You need good people and people that really care in it in order to take it back to where it was set out to be.
Right.
You know,
gotta keep them reminded.
The way things are now isn't the way that it was written to be.
Right.
You know, corruption is taking a hold.
It's corrupted now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned a lot just being president of South Street West Business Association for 12 years. And that's not where I was.
You didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know, and I don't want to be there anymore. I'll sort of step back to the background. I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to be their leader. Because that's against my conscience. Yeah, they say politics makes strange, but bad partners.
Say that one more time.
Politics makes strange, bad partners.
That's right.
Might get in bed with somebody that you don't want to get in bed with.
I know that's right. My stepfather said that a lot about as far as these lawyers being in bed with the judges and officers, and it's just this strange coagulation of
tricky
business.
Yeah.
Tricky.
But we have to hold on to what we know and what we do. And I can't change. Because I'm not looking for the world to reward me. Because I have a God I serve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we've taken up enough of your time, Ms Jessie.
Well, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. This is just hopefully part one of an ongoing, continual thing.
Keep
and
it moving.
We'll be back down here to be in touch with you.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. You know, one step at a time. Crawl before you walk. The words you spoke to us last week when we met you, when we came here and asked to get the interview. Just a few tidbits of insight that you gave us, because it came on the eve of our first show airing. And for you to tell us to continue to strive and be consistent and see it all the way through, like, that was more uplifting and more helpful than any advice that we were ever given in our first encounter. You know, wonderful. You know, the aura is a wonderful thing, and you can just feel, just sitting this close to you, like it's radiating off you. You know, that's real talk.
You can do it all.
Yeah, you're gonna do it all. You're gonna get it done.
Man, I love it.
Try there, get it done. So.
I love it.
God bless.
God bless
Thank you for the interview.